Thank you for joining us at xm.com for this Forex Preview video. I'm Christina Marujos, and joining me today is investment analyst Marios Hadjikyriacos. We'll be having a look at the UK, which is reporting GDP growth for Q2 as well as industrial output out on Friday. And of course, they are forecast to have slowed. Now, are we already seeing the effects of the Brexit saga?
I think that's a fair statement. And specifically, we're expecting GDP growth to have stagnated, so no growth from a previous quarter. Now, importantly, if you look at some of the details, or at least the forecast of those details, they show that investment is expected to have declined again. So this merely shows that, British firms are not investing in the country anymore. They're holding off their investment plans until the political landscape clears a little bit. And that may not happen in the next few months, which means that, we could see the economy perhaps slow even further, and that would argue for the Bank of England to eventually abandon its tightening plans for raising rates and perhaps turning neutral.
Mm-hmm. And where does all that leave the British pound? We've seen it coming under fresh pressure lately. Now, are there any signs of a rebound for the British currency?
Well, unfortunately, not in the near term, at least in my opinion. So what could trigger a rebound? Well, let's start by saying that the overall outlook for the pound is negative. Boris Johnson is playing chicken with the EU, basically threatening a no-deal Brexit unless he gets concessions. The EU might not really blink at that, so it resembles a Mexican standoff, if you will. Now, I think the uncertainty will continue to weigh on the pound unless we see signs for a general election. Now, a general election could trigger a short squeeze in the pound and therefore a relief rally. And the logic is quite simple, really. You have two natural alliances, the Conservatives and the Brexit Party on the one hand arguing for a Brexit at all costs, and you also have Labour and the Liberal Democrats and the SNP on the other hand arguing for a second referendum. They're pretty close in the polls, so that means that if a general election is announced, there's a good chance for a second referendum, and that could lift the pound. Here's the catch, though. The first occasion, let's say, when this can happen, when a no confidence vote in the government happens, is in early September, because Parliament is in recess right now. So we might see a rebound in September, but not over the next month, unfortunately, I would say.
Well, remains to be seen then. Marios, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for watching us at xm.com.